So today what we're going to do is we're going to put together basically the last few things that we have been doing. So y'all remember about 2 or 3 weeks ago we talked about area and perimeter. Today we are going to talk about specifically area and perimeter of right triangles. Okay? You can abbreviate if you want to. So the good news is all of the stuff that we're going to talk about we've actually already learned how to do and had plenty of practice doing. Plenty of practice. Which is why we're not going to do very many examples today. Okay. So we're only talking about right triangles. So every one we draw today is going to be a right triangle. I'm going to draw this one so that it looks like this. And here is my right angle. And I'm going to do this side's going to be 9, this side's going to be 10, and I don't know that side. And what I want us to do is I want us to be able to find the perimeter and the area. Of this triangle. So we're going to think back a couple weeks ago when we were finding the perimeter and the area. Do we remember what perimeter means? The outside. And what do you do with the outside? You add them all up. So in this case, we have 9 and we have 10, and if we add those up, would that give me the perimeter? That wouldn't give me the whole perimeter, it'd give me part of it. So the problem is with the perimeter is I need to know this side. So we can't quite find the perimeter yet. To find the perimeter, what do we need first? We need this side up here, right? And we know we have been calling that C because that's the hypotenuse. So not only are we doing the perimeter and area, which is old news, before we can do that, we are doing the Pythagorean theorem, which again, you guys all just took a test over and did well. You know how to do this. So in this triangle, my C is going to be this one up here. C. That makes these A and B, and it doesn't matter, right? I'm going to do 9 is A, and 10 is B. And I'm going to go ahead and fill in X for C just because. So we remember how to do this. 9 squared plus 10 squared. See what that gives us. 181. And then what do we do? Square root. Today we're going to round to 1 decimal place just to make things easier because the area and perimeter, I don't really want us dealing with 2 decimal places. So for today, we're rounding to 1 decimal place. So should this 4 stay a 4 or go up? It should go up to a 5. So this is approximately 13.5 for our X. 13.5, yeah. So now can we find our perimeter? Sure we can. Remember, just add up all your sides. We already knew the 9 and the 10, and then now we know the other one is 13.5. So, really wish that would stop doing that. $32.5 for the perimeter. Okay, so perimeter done. Now for our area. How do we find the area of a triangle? No, but close. She's on to something. It is a formula. That formula for area is 1/2 base times height. Or some people, I just want to make a note, some people do base times height and then divide by 2, because when you divide by 2, that's taking half of something. So you can either do this is what we were doing back in the day. When I say back in the day, I mean like 3 weeks ago. Or you could do base times height and then divide it by 2. It doesn't matter to me. So we are now ready to find our area. The base, y'all remember base means bottom. And as of right now, this shape doesn't have a bottom, does it? So you're going to have to kind of manipulate the way you look at it. The easiest thing to do would be to look at it like this. 10 is my base, and then what would be my height? 9. So I'm going to use 10 for my base and 9 for my height. So 1/2 times 10 times 9. Or in other words, 10 times 9, which is 90, and then half of 90. You can do 0.5 for 1/2. Yes. And the whole thing should give you 45. All right, so we've got it. We got our area and we've got our perimeter, which is what they wanted us to do. So pretty much what I'm showing you today is why this that we've just spent the last 2 weeks learning can be used with other things. In order to find our perimeter, we first need to define this side here. Okay, let's think about right triangles. When you have a right triangle, something I want you to notice. The side that is your A and the side that is your B, A and B should always be your base and your height. Okay? No matter how this thing is turned, A and B should be your height. Okay? Let's look at some more. We're not going to do many. I think we're going to do 4 examples. Okay, let's look at this one. Okay, here's my right angle. I'm going to say that the hypotenuse is 12. This side over here is going to be 10, and I'm going to use a M. Remember, when you have a letter, it just means we don't know that side. Usually we use X, but I'm just being crazy today and using an M. Okay, so again, the instructions. We want to find the perimeter, and we also want to find the area. We want to find the perimeter, and we want to find the area. Now, can I find the perimeter right now? No. To find the perimeter, you have to add up all your sides, and right now, I don't know this side. So, let's go ahead and find M. So, that's where we use our Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Which side is going to be C? 12 on this one. This one's going to be my C. And these are going to be your A and your B. Looks like you guys have already started this one, so I'm going to give you a second to find M. Alright, so I'm sure you guys have found this by now. So I'm going to use 10 for A, and M for B, and 12 for C. And you might have these switched. That's okay if you do. So 10 squared is 100. 12 squared is 144. Y'all remember what to do here? Subtract. You get 44, and what do you do with 44? Square root it. And 6.6. Okay, and good. We're going to round to 1 decimal. Just makes things easier. So now that I know this one's 6.6, we should be able to find the perimeter. 10 plus 12 plus 6.6. And what does that give us? Say it one more time. 28.6. Looks good to me. Now for your area on this one, we needed this one again because this is going to be my base, right? Base means bottom. So since this one's 6.6, for my base, I'm plugging in 6.6, and my height is what? 10. So that should give you 33 for your area. We might just do one more. I don't know. I want to hit you with the trickiest one I've got, and I'm going to have you guys try this one. And if you can get this one with no mistakes, we'll stop here. Now let me say this. This is going to be tricky when you get to the area. I'm giving you that hint. So you probably won't be tricked now that I've given you that. But I'm going to start with drawing the base. Okay, and then I'm going to go here and here, and that is a right angle. And I'm going to say that this side is 34. This side is going to be 16. And I don't know this side. I'm going to use a Y just to change up my variable, okay? So again, the instructions, I want you to find the perimeter and the area. But you know in order to do that, you need to first find this side. Can't find the perimeter if we don't have all the sides. So I'm going to give you a minute, see what you can do on this one. Give it a go. Okay, so first thing, when you're doing your Pythagorean theorem, which side on this one should be C? Got to be 34. So I'm going to do Y here, 16 here, and then 34. Again, these can be switched. 16 squared is 200 and, help me out, 56. I don't know, 34 squared. I'm not going to pretend to. That's 1156. Okay, and then what do we do? Subtract. 256. So that gets rid of that. That tells me, what, 11? 900. Thank you, 900. And then square root. And that gives us 30. Okay, so our missing side is 30. Well, that's enough information to find our perimeter. Easy. 16 plus 34 plus 30. This was not the tricky part. 80 on the dot. Okay. Now for the area, the tricky part about this is wanting to use this as my base, because base means bottom. The problem is, if this is my base, my height is supposed to go from top to bottom. Well, do I know how long this is? No. And if you don't know how long it is, you can't use it. So that means this cannot be my base. So good, you have to manipulate this so that you can look at it a different way. We could use this as the base, which would then make this the height. You could have also used this as the base and this as the height. But remember, something that I said a while ago, the sides that are your A and your B, always use those for your base and your height. Do not try to use the C, even if it's turned like this. Here's your base and here's your height. So 1/2, 16 for base, 30 for height. Thank you. 240 for the area. Is everybody good on that one? Does that make sense? Does it make sense at all? Did you find your Y to be 30? You didn't finish it? Okay. I'll get with you in just a second. The main thing is, no matter how your shape is turned, your base and your height need to be the A and the B. Let me show you one more. We're not going to do this. I'm going to show you one more that I have drawn up. So like on this triangle right here, when you're getting ready to do the area, base, height, or base, height. The two sides that you would use for your A and your B, right? This would be our C. With me? This would be my C. So when I get ready to do my base and my height, I'm going to use these. Okay? We're not going to do that one though. I don't think we need to.